My name is Darshni Shah. I'm one of the directors at Blend Africa. We roast and blend Kenyan coffee for local sales and export sales. Blend Africa was started in 2012 by Michael Murungi and Anish Haranya. Each wanted to do a value-add business, and they wanted to export a local product to the doorsteps of international customers. They were then introduced by a mutual friend who put them together, and so Blend Africa was conceptualized. I joined in 2019 as the operations manager. So at Blend Africa, we have three varieties of coffee. We have the dark roast, we have the medium to dark roast, and we have the medium roast. My personal favorite is the dark roast, which is used in espressos and cappuccinos. We also have them in ground, and we have the full grade beans. We have realized in the last year how much the coffee culture has grown, because a lot of people were stuck at home or probably entertaining smaller groups of people at home. So we have tried to make ourselves more available. Primarily, we were only available to restaurants, so they would buy the beans and make the coffee in-house, so people were forced to go out and have that coffee. Also, the export market was our main focus. Now we've tried to put ourselves out there by a lot of word of mouth, just to say that the beans and the ground is available for sale for home use. Blend Africa gets its green beans for roasting from the coffee auction. There is a weekly auction that goes on online, so different farmers bring in their different grades of coffee, and a prize is bid on them, and then the highest bidder gets to buy as much green coffee as they want. So one of our sister companies does the bidding for the green coffee, because we export green coffee, and so we get our green coffee from the sister company and then roast it as Blend Africa for local sales and export. As Blend Africa, we realized that there is a high demand for Kenyan coffee internationally, and because we're now a global community, doing business with other countries has become a lot easier. We do face challenges just with the export processes locally because of the documentation that is required and the cost of preparing those documentations, and every export is a different challenge because there is really no state procedure for export. So the main challenge is actually paperwork. Other than that, it's a swift process. The initial process is, of course, also talking to the customers in terms of what coffee they want, and then you have to send them samples so that they can approve what they want. Different customers have very different requirements of the kind of blend they want. So you need a specialized coffee taster to come up with that blend. So it's not a one-fits-all formula. Some of the certifications required for exporting is obviously the primary one being your company PIN, because you have to be a registered business. Then you need a certificate of origin. That means you apply for it online at the business chamber of commerce. That's basically to certify that your products originated from Kenya. Then you need a KEFI certificate, which is a Kenya plant and sanitization certificate, to just show that your products are healthy. Then you need a KEB certificate, so a trademark certificate. Then you have to have your internal documentation, which is just your invoice and your packing list. If you are exporting to the US, that is a different requirement from any other part of the world, because the US Food and Drug Administration needs phytosanitary certificate to just show that it can't cause any diseases, or it won't breed any insects. But so that is the most challenging part of exporting to the US. But all the other countries like Middle East and Asia, there isn't any extra certification that you require. Some of the challenges we face exporting in the global market, is the price, because every country has its own duty structure. Therefore, we have to negotiate with the supplier as to what is a conducive price for them. So added duty and freight, it's still affordable to sell within those countries. That is one of the major challenges, actually. Yeah. I feel that the regulation for exporting for any business should be a little bit more standardized. There should be a book or somewhere where you can go where it tells you that these are the documents that you're required to be able to export. This is how you get these documents. If everything could just be on one platform, at a fee that is affordable for a small business, then that would be highly appreciated by most entrepreneurs in Kenya, because just the cost of certification and the amount of time it takes to run around to the different departments to get those certificates is highly challenging. The one piece of advice that I would give to anybody starting out in business is it's important to have a mentor. It could be anybody, but it's important to have somebody to guide you through. The business environment is constantly changing. There are new requirements, it's more demanding, it's difficult to keep up with everything that is going on. So sometimes it's important if you have somebody, to just help you guide through it, somebody who's already done it, so you don't feel overwhelmed, because it can be very overwhelming if you're a one-man show trying to do everything on your own. You can't afford, clearing agents because they also come at a fee. So it's important that you have a mentor, or like at least an important support system within your business to be able to help you to guide through all of these things.